What's up, everybody? Welcome to another
We're
episode
live.
of Pages from Rock Bottom. I'm Matt.
And I'm Kim, and I am so sorry we're a little late. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties. Um, but welcome to another episode of Pages from Rock Bottom. Tonight is from Existing to Living, and tonight we have Miss Heather Kouns with us. Um,
Hi.
I do want to, say that there is a trigger warning. Hi, she said hi. A trigger warning. We will be talking about addiction, past drug involvement, maybe some court appearances, etc. So if you guys are easily triggered, please just tread lightly with it because there could be some things that might trigger somebody. All right, Heather, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
My name is Heather, and I'm originally from a very small town in Ohio called Peebles. And but as soon as I turned 18, I left there, and I've pretty much this is my home now. This is where I found my recovery and my recovery family. So this is what I call home.
Aww.
So I'll go right into it. When I was
They live in Kentucky.
yes, yes. This is my home now. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, so I'm just gonna tell my story then. Yeah.
If that's how you want to do it, yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Um. So I grew up in a small town, and I always thought like I just fumbled my way through things. Like I've always felt like everybody had this playbook on how life was supposed to be, or what you were supposed to do next, and I didn't get the playbook. I missed school that day or something, and it was like I was always full of anxiety, and even before I knew what anxiety was. We didn't really talk about things like that when I was little. There we talk a lot about emotions and mental health now, but when I was a kid, we didn't talk about stuff like that. And it was I just fumbled my way through. And I was always taught, like, early age, you don't do drugs, you don't drink, you don't do these things, da da da, even though um, there was alcoholism in my family, and I always, the violence that usually preceded, like, drinking in my house, uh, I didn't want any part of that. Um, I remember one of my earliest core memories is like hiding in a hallway with my little sister because the adults were in the living room and it was chaos. There was a lot of chaos and yelling and breaking and all the things, and just thinking that, like, I needed to protect her. And then so I didn't that impressed on me. I didn't even want anything to do with that. So growing up, like I said, I never felt like I fit in anywhere. Like, I always felt like I was full of anxiety. And I had a group of friends that, like, they smoked weed or they drank or any of that. And, like, I was never really interested in it, but I wanted to fit in with them because I never felt like I fit in anywhere. So, like, I just wanted to belong, and they seemed to accept me. So I felt like, and nobody told me this, I just felt like if I didn't, then I wouldn't be a part of them, and I wanted to belong somewhere. And so and I wasn't like all into doing it a write off, but I did like the camaraderie that came with it, like being a part of something. Um, I was very athletic in school, but once I started doing that, I didn't have time for anything like basketball or so. None of that. None of that. Everything came second, to hanging out with my friends and skipping school and doing all the things. It wasn't really until I got till I moved to Kentucky when I turned 18, and the pill mill was going around, you know, and I got in a car accident. And in the state of Kentucky, if you got in a car accident and you had an MRI, you got a script of pills. You know what I mean? So, because I'd never really taken pills. I didn't know what addiction was. We didn't talk about stuff like that. And it wasn't until like the pills ran out that I realized like there was an issue. But even then, I didn't even know
Man,
what
the
it
first time I
was.
got sick, I thought I had the flu.
That's it. Listen, it was like a really
Yeah.
bad case of the flu, and
Yeah.
I did not get it. I mean, I'm 19. You know what I mean? I'm 19, and it's like I have no
Yeah.
idea what is happening. You know, like I look around like nowadays, it's like people know what's going on. You know, we know about mental health. We know about like trauma and PTSD. We know we know about this stuff. But like
Yeah.
then this
Yep.
was all new. Everybody
Yeah.
was like very ignorant to what was happening to this part of the world then, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, I
Yep.
said all the things that I said that I would never do, I ended up doing. You know, like I'm never gonna smoke weed, and then of course I did that.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna take pills, and then of course I did that. I will never be addicted because, you know,
Yeah.
when you hear about like what a drunk or a drug addict is, like you have a picture in your mind of like a hobo under a bridge, you know, with a bottle in his. I mean, the things that you, but
Yeah.
that's not what it is. You know what I mean? That's not what it is. I've seen I've seen and been one of those people that like you wouldn't have known. You wouldn't have known. And then it got to a place where I couldn't hide it. It got so bad. You know,
Yeah.
it was my addiction, it changed faces. You know what I mean? Whenever I got in trouble or it got too far out there, it would change to something else because I can't handle this, but now let me try this. So it was
Yeah.
like it was the pills first. You know what I mean? It was the pills. And then when I got off the
Yep.
pills, I'm not going to do that anymore because
Yeah.
you know, this is what happens. And then I'm trying meth. I couldn't get it through my head that I had a problem and that I couldn't control it. Because like
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
me, like I can handle this, you know, like I really had to go to the very bottom of everything that I did before I figured out like I can't do nothing. You know, like I'm not gonna take the pills, I'm not gonna do meth, I'm not gonna do heroin, I'm not gonna do this. Now I'm just gonna drink, right? I drank myself into the hospital with pancreatitis because I don't have an off switch. You know what I mean? It's like no matter
Oh
what I
God.
do, yeah. Oh, and then did you know you can get pancreatitis sober? Like completely sober. You can. I did that. I didn't
No,
even know you could do
you
that,
can.
but you can. Yes, you can. So apparently, you know, you do so much damage to your body, certain medications can cause that same effect. And yeah, so I
Oh, that's crazy.
recently, yeah, I recently had pancreatitis. So, and I didn't even from taking steroids to to help me get better quicker. And yeah, it prescribed by the doctor. You know, I take my medications the way they're
That's
prescribed.
insane.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was awful. But you know, today I'm a productive member of society, so I got my tushy up and I went to work because I enjoy that stuff. I love my job today. I love what I get to do, you know. I was I fumbled through like I don't know about you guys, but you know, when I found my way to a needle, because that's how it evolved, you know, like I took pills, but then it was like one day I was real sick and somebody came and was like, the only thing they could find was a syringe, you know, and it was like, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it, but I was so sick, you know, because the oxys were running around then, and I was so sick, and I was like,
Yep.
okay. So I did it and I immediately felt better. And from then on out, it was all downhill from there. It was really bad. I tried methadone to get off of it, Methadone was 10 times worse trying to get off of
Yeah,
than any
absolutely.
other drug that I had ever done in my life. It
The
was,
ha-
it was,
the half life on it is so long. When I was in treatment in San Diego, I seen guys withdraw from that for the longest I ever stayed out there. I think was 42 days, and they were sick those 42 days. Like bones hurt.
well, it stays in your bones for up to, I've done a lot of research on these things now, but it stays up in your bones because it gets in there up to 4 months. And here I am, like, I'm like 19 or 20, and I end up going to jail because, once the drug abuse and all that starts, the jail stints start. I'm in and out of jail all the time. I had never really been in jail. And so uh, I, I got really, really messed up, and I went into the mall and I had a pocket full of money, but I'm taking Xanax. So, like, you can't see me type thing. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, you become a
And
ninja.
so,
Yeah,
and I'm like, I stole a bunch of stuff that I couldn't
Yeah.
use and I didn't want. Yeah, I don't know what happened. And I've never been that kind of person.
yeah.
But when I stood in front of the judge, I didn't know that you were supposed to say not guilty and get a bond. You know, I was guilty. So I got up and I said, guilty.
Oh
And at
man.
this time, I'm taking like 100
Yeah.
milligrams of methadone. And it's like, I laid in there, and I've never touched methadone again. I think it is really, I think it is a very evil thing, but it's probably because of how much I suffered. Because I don't know, like, people in, you know, county jails don't really care if you're withdrawing. I mean, I've noticed
No.
that. Trust me, I've been in and out a lot, but um, I laid in there with hot bottles. I would sleep in 10-minute increments. Like, I didn't eat, I mean, barely picked and stuff. I would get up and get in the shower like every 5 minutes. They were filling up. The girls felt so bad for me because, like, it was obvious. It was bad. And I was real young. So they would like fill up water bottles full of hot water to put under my legs so that I would get some peace, and I would sleep for 10 minutes. I'd be right back up all day long. It was it was really, really, really bad. Needless to say, because of all of that, the minute that I stepped out of that jail, I immediately picked up some more. Because not methadone, I never touched it again, but I just wanted some relief
Yeah.
because I had been in so much pain for so long. The thought of not using again didn't even cross my mind that time. It was really, really bad. I The only thing that I did not do during this time, like, I didn't do anything. I literally just existed. Like, this whole time that I'm using and stuff, like, I'm just going through the motions. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think about the future. The only thing I think about is getting the next one. It didn't matter what I was taking, it didn't matter what I was doing. Like, that's all I thought about. The future, I didn't even think I would make it till I was 25. Like, for real, like, anything after that.
Same.
um what is it?
I actually said the
I said
same.
that same. I didn't think I was going to make it that long either.
No, and I was surprised. I mean, like, I'm old now, you know what I mean? But, like, I never thought that I would make it to this. Um, I didn't have kids. I was so, like, the only thing that I did was I'm the oldest of five girls. So I was the babysitter. I was all that. So I didn't want kids. And then by the time that I wanted kids, I didn't think I could have them, so I never tried. And then I got sober for just a little while. I got sober for just a little while because I had went I was going to Georgia, and I was picking up 30s, and I was bringing them up here and selling them, and then I was buying my stuff with
Yeah.
that. Well, before you know it, I'm doing just enough to sell, just enough to do as many as I'm selling. You know what I mean? Like, and then I'm dipping more and more into that. So I'm not really selling them now. I'm just taking them. And I go to the jail to visit somebody. And I went in, signed my name in, and I went back out. I had a pocket full of pills. I had been doing 30s and like Xanax and Valium all day. So I was waxed. And they came out
Yeah.
with, they came back outside with two sheriffs and one of the deputies that worked there. And I thought, sure to God, they're not coming for over here to talk to me. And they did. And I was like, oh my God. I had a fine from 10 years before. This is like, I don't know, I was like 27, 28. I had a fine from like 10 years before when I was in there on the methadone, withdrawing off the methadone. I left up out of there, never paid a court cost, never paid a fine, never paid nothing. 10 years later, they picked me up. And so when I went in, I had a pocket full of pills. And those pills got me promoting contraband.
Mm.
And that gave me the opportunity to go into drug court. So, like, I went into this drug court program and it was hard. It was really hard because I
Yeah.
want to do what the hell I want to do because I'm grown. That's why. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
so having like a whole team of
You don't
people
tell me what to
telling
do.
me, oh my God, listen, that's how I live my life. Like, fuck you. I want to do what the hell I want to do. And that kept
Yep.
getting me the exact same thing. But I'm still trying to control stuff. You know what I mean? Because, like, that's who I am. And drug court showed me, like, I walked into my first recovery meeting and there was like a bunch of old men sitting around. And I was just like, this is not for me. This is not for me. But I sat down in that meeting and I kept coming back because I had to, because, the
Yeah,
nudge from the judge required me to go to these things.
Yeah.
And it was it was a little while because there was still a fog there. But when I when it finally started to click, even though I was sitting in these meetings, I still had in my head, like, you don't you don't really have a problem with alcohol. It's the pills, it's the heroin, it's the meth, it's the drugs. You don't really have a problem with alcohol. And so 3.5 years into this, and I had stopped going to meetings. I had stopped doing these things because I met a boy. And uh he was taking like another MAT. He was taking Suboxone and
Yeah.
whatever. We end up pregnant for the very first time in my life. I am 32 years old and I find out that I am pregnant. And so I wanted to stay sober, but now I've already distanced myself from these meetings. I don't have a problem with alcohol, like all the things. So I stayed sober through that pregnancy, but it was probably like a month and a half after that. I didn't have any support. I had isolated myself. I was for real just in my house all the time, just with my husband. And I he's drinking, I'm drinking. You know what I mean? So it wasn't long after that we started holding each other hostage, is how it got, because his addiction matches mine, and like we fueled each other in that addiction. And it was really, really bad for a few years there. And I ended up getting pregnant in between there. And after I had my son, CPS started coming in and out of our lives, and like it was like every time that I could get CPS off my back just enough, it was like they were right back in because I couldn't stop. It didn't matter how much I love my kids, because I do. I love my kids more than anything in this world. It didn't matter how much I love my family. None of that mattered because I could not stop. I ended up being in the hospital because of my pancreatitis. It was really bad. And I was having my husband bring me
Mm.
shots to the damn hospital because I could not stop drinking. Like
Yeah.
that's who I am. You know what I mean? It was so bad. So like the last time I got a DUI in January. Well, within 6 months, I got another DUI. And that DUI put me in the drug court. I asked for the drug court program again. I asked them because I knew that I had worked before and I needed the help. Like I couldn't do it by myself again. And then So I went in drug court and I was trying my best, but I'm still messing around with my husband and I'm wanting to help him, but I can't even help myself, barely. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I'm still trying to help him. Got a sponsor, worked the steps, did all the things, and we got put in quarantine together. And I guess I already had reservations because I knew he was doing stuff on the side. And as soon as we got put in that quarantine, I was like, go get us a pack. And he was
Yeah.
like, no, I don't want to. And I'm like, well, I'll get it myself then. And he pulled some out of his pocket. He pulled
Yeah.
some out of his pocket and it was over. So my last relapse, the last relapse that I ever had. Yeah. Yeah. It was one of those like, no, please don't, while he's pulling it out of his
Yeah.
pocket thing. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, yeah. Knowing you
yeah.
want to.
Yeah, that's it. And it was like in my head, it was like, no one will know. I just want to do it one more time. That's it. There is no one more time for somebody like me.
Yeah.
There's complete abstinence or there's balls to the wall. There is no middle of the road here. I'm doing it all, you know. So my sponsor likes to call that my convincer. You know, like that was the one that convinced me that I'm an alcoholic. I'm a drug addict. There is no way, there's no life that I get to live that where I get to put a substance in my body. It just isn't. It's not in the cards for somebody like me. I don't get to just be like my sisters and go have a glass of wine and leave half of it sitting on the table and walk away. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't get to be like homeboy
Yeah.
or homegirl and smoke a joint and not think about it all day long. I'm the one that I put anything in my body and I can't stop thinking about it until I get another one. You know what I mean? Like but that I had to have that last relapse to go for my recovery the way that I did. Because I put everything I had into doing everything they told me to do so that I would get better because I did not want it to pop in my head like, yeah, go get you one. Because if it pops in my head, I'm gonna go do it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I didn't want to do it no more. I wanted to
So
be a mom.
that was your moment of surrender.
That was it. It was like when I put that first one in me,
Aw.
because it was fentanyl this time. When I put that in me, I could not, the voices in my head were so loud and I was in a quiet room. It didn't calm down, it didn't slow down. It was
Mm.
like, and then I could not stop. And I called the drug court program. I turned myself in, like I told them, like I told them myself, and they gave me community service. And I was like, I thought they were going to put me in jail. Like I
Yeah.
need to be removed, you know? And like
I
they
don't think
gave
you
me,
understand the situation.
I do not think
I would have
you
went to jail.
understand who you're dealing with right now. I can't stop, you know?
Yeah.
And I had a girlfriend of mine that I was in drug court with the very first time, and she came and took me to the courthouse, and I turned myself in, and they put me in jail for 5 days. And like seriously, I was sitting in jail, and I was just like, this ain't my life anymore. They was hyping up drug use and hyping up doing this and I'm gonna do this and that. And I was just like, fuck, I don't even think like this shit no more. But this is gonna be my life for the rest of my life if I continue to allow drugs to be a part of it. And
Yeah.
right then and there, I decided like, I'm done. I do not want that to be any part of my life anymore. So when I removed that as a coping skill, it opened up a completely different door. Like I really did surrender. Like I don't want to live like this no more. And I went to that treatment facility. I went to that treatment facility and I okay, so I'm not going to cause harm anymore and I'm going to pray. And I'm only doing these things because this is what these women were telling me to do, you know, that were in
Yeah.
the meetings. They said, I don't care what you're praying to, but you need to pray every day. And I still pray on my knees every day for the last almost 5 years now. Like I'm afraid to stop doing the things that work because I know what happens when I let up on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So they
How
said,
long?
pray. What is
How
it?
how long did it take you before like you came to accept that this is going to be an everyday thing you have to maintain?
This time, immediately. The last time, like, I didn't accept it. I couldn't
Mm.
even think about it. You know what I mean? If I thought, like, I can never do that again, I would get so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like, it would make me sick to my stomach. But this time, I was ready. I was ready. And fentanyl's killing people. I OD'd like
Sure.
4 times in the last
Oh yeah.
relapse that I had, and my last relapse was only like 10 days long. Like my poor husband, I
Oh
put him
yeah.
through hell. What is it?
I said, yeah, I overdosed on fentanyl so many times. I
Yeah.
lost count, I think.
Yeah. Like I remember one time, I remember one time my it was Easter. It was Easter. And I was getting in the shower. And of course you had to know I had to do some right before I got in the shower. And I OD'd naked. And my husband, that was the first time it ever happened. And my husband had to go through that. And then like it was some years later, I came home from a meeting and my husband had OD'd in the house. And I thought, this is what I did to him
Yeah.
over and over and over again. Like I had seizures from shooting
Yep.
up in my neck. Like there was a vein up here. He would hit me there. Like, and it would scar him. And I'd be mad at him because he wouldn't do it again.
Yeah.
Like, what? That isn't, I couldn't fathom doing anything like that today. But that was acceptable and normal back in the day. Like, what?
Yeah.
And I didn't care
I
if I
mean,
heard
Yeah.
him.
if you didn't do it, you know what I mean? Your addict
Yeah.
mind, you're like, you selfish motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That is exactly what that was exactly how I felt. Like he's just trying to do more than me. You know, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like it
Yeah.
was stupid. I remember
Yeah.
being in the bathroom. I used to call myself a good mom, right? I used to call myself a good mom. Now I know. I know I'm a good mom.
Mm.
But then I would call myself a good mom and I'd be in the bathroom for 3 hours trying to find a spot. And like there
Yeah.
is no spot. It's all gone. It's done. And I could not stop. I'd be so obsessed with trying to get that. You know, and my kids be knocking on the door. Like, what is wrong with me?
Yep.
God, it's like
It's the lies we tell ourselves to
it
justify
is. And it's
our actions.
like I could justify and rationalize the most insane shit. And I would argue it until you would start believing that.
Fuck
I'm
yeah.
serious.
You ain't gonna tell
It's
me I'm wrong. Yeah.
for real. It was so bad. It was so
Yeah.
bad. And it's like today the things that were normal then, it's like I could never do that today. But I don't forget where I came from. Like all the
Yeah.
things that I did, all the things I put myself through, everything I have been able to utilize to help another woman. Like
Mm.
that has been, and man, like I've helped both, you know what I mean? But like I sponsor women and like I am in contact with my sponsor multiple times a day. Like I have a very close network of people, you know what I mean? And it's like I just want to help. Like my job on this earth is to help other people. Like I know that. Because like I don't, there's nothing in my past that I think is shameful now because it has always been utilized to help others. But before, when I got sober, I was so ashamed of my past. I
Yep.
was so ashamed of the things that I did and the behaviors that I had. This time when I got sober, I ain't ashamed of none of that. Not one
Mm.
bit.
When our
Every bit
pain
of it
becomes
was
purpose.
necessary. What is
Yep.
it?
I said when our pain becomes purpose.
Yes. And every single bit of it, it helped me become who I am today. And I
Absolutely.
genuinely, I used to say like, "Oh, I love me." Da, 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 da. No, I did not. I did not. But I do today, you know,
Yeah.
but that's because like today I know I'm a good human. I do kind things. I try to help others as much as I can. And I don't do a bunch of fuck shit to hurt people, you know? Like there's no manipulation, there are no lies.
Yeah.
I am exactly who I say I am.
No.
Um so I work in treatment today, and I did not want to work in treatment. I did not want to work in treatment. Do you know how hard we are to deal with when we're just getting sober? You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like I didn't want to do it, and I was working as a server for a long time, and uh my sponsor was like, you should try for the peer support. You should try the peer support. And I was like, oh, I don't know, And I did it, and I loved it. I found like I'm good at this, like I'm good at helping people like me. And
Other people. Yep.
that's what, well, my sponsor did not give me an option to help others. She was like, go help somebody, go call somebody and ask them how their day is, stuff like that. Like, so I stopped thinking about me all the time. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
uh, I started just, I'd go to meetings and I'd help clean up after the meeting, and just putting myself out there. I got involved in service right away. Within the first 3 months, I am service all the time. I had went back through the steps, and when I tell you, because I started chasing my recovery like I did those drugs, is insane when I put that much energy into living and not just existing the way that I was.
Mm.
It's like that 12-step
No.
fellowship changed me without my permission. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's like, thank God though. Like I needed, people are always like, oh, those fellowships, they brainwash you. Good. My shit
Right.
needed wash. What you
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
I've been needed to get help. Like it was the best thing that ever happened to me. And like when I started going to those meetings, I heard Liz talk about 90 and 90. I did the same thing as her. I was going to like 120,
Yes.
160. Like we was going to meetings. And those people started to notice me being in the meetings all the time. And they started speaking to me. And my sponsor would tell me like, call somebody today, call this person today, do this. And like before you know it, like I have so many people in my corner and in my circle. We have Thanksgiving dinner here for me at my house for not blood family, but the family that God gave us. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
That's
I have
awesome.
pictures all over my walls
Yeah.
of all the
Yeah.
aunts and uncles and cousins that my kids have that God gave us. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
awesome.
God just kept sending these people to put in my life to give us
Oh.
strength and like to love us, and in return we get to love them. It's like, it's for real, it's a blessing. It really is. Like this life, if I would have asked for real, like just get me sober, if I would have got just what I wanted, I would have really sold myself short. Like I heard
Yeah.
that early, and it's true. Like everything that I've gotten from being in recovery and this life has been like, I'll get twingy. I'll start. I'm a crybaby for real. Like I get touched and I'll start crying. But like I got so much more than just sober,
Yeah.
like, and I don't, there's so many people that I know that did not make it to get sober, and it's like, I don't know what I did to be one of the ones that made it, but every day I'm going to live, and I'm going to show how grateful I am for this life and for the opportunities that have been given to me. So
Living
I
in
don't.
gratitude.
Yes. Listen, I heard an old timer say one time, a grateful alcoholic won't get drunk. So like I remain grateful, and I'm not grateful for like that. I mean, I
Oh.
am. I don't need to say that, like the house, the car, all that stuff. I am. I'm grateful for that. But I'm grateful for stuff like integrity. I'm
Yeah.
grateful for stuff for like honesty,
Being
self-love,
dependable.
that
Yeah.
stuff. Because I didn't have
Yeah.
none of that stuff. Like if you had money in your pocket and I wanted it, I'm gonna get you out of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it wasn't about like,
Yeah,
it
we're
was
gonna be
just about
friends.
survival.
Yeah.
It was never about like living an honest to goodness life. Like we go on a vacation every year to spend time with our children. We all go together. You know, we're not making special trips somewhere because we need to go pick up this, that, and the other thing. We don't have, you know, we live. My life is completely different than what it was before. Like it's such a blessing to be able to live this and live it.
Yeah. I always say the life I have now is the one I prayed for when I was broken. You know?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
all I ever wanted was genuine happiness, peace, and love, you know what I mean? And today I have an abundance of it.
You know, I used to pray all the little wishes,
I
oh, it's this or that. I would always wish to be happy,
Yeah.
to be happy, to be happy. I finally got it. I finally got it. Even on the days that are a little bit more challenging, I am happy. Like nothing would be able to, except me putting another one in me. And like, every day I take out insurance on that. Like
Yeah.
I pray, I talk to others, I work with other people. Like I do all of the things because I don't ever want to, I would not trade the life that I get to live today for that life.
Yeah. They
It would,
say this last time in treatment, like they pounded in my head that the opposite of addiction is connection. And like when I first started hearing now, it's like that only makes sense really. But the more time we get, like we embrace what that means. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Because it's something we always long for. I have people in my life today who are not blood to me, but they love me truly unconditionally.
Yes. Yes. You know, I used to be a victim too. It was everybody else's fault. It's everybody else's fault.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
it's I didn't do it. If I wouldn't have been around her,
that's
it's
I think
circumstances.
everybody
It
thinks
wasn't
you're
my
that way.
fault,
Yeah.
right? It wasn't my fault. It was if I
Yeah.
wouldn't have went over there when they were over there, this wouldn't have happened. It was always someone else's fault. And like I heard early on, victims don't recover. You know what I mean? You got to take responsibility for what you did. Like I don't give a shit about the details.
Yep.
You was there. That kind of thing. And my sponsor was a hard ass. She was a hard ass. Like I would call her and she would tell me things that I needed to hear. Like you're selfish. You're
Yes.
self-centered. You're manipulative. You are a liar. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And I'm like, I share my dope with everybody.
Yeah.
What do you mean I'm
Yeah.
selfish? Like stuff like that. And I would hang up the phone. Listen, one time I didn't call
Yeah.
her. I didn't call her, and I was supposed to. And she told me, you think that your time is more valuable than everybody else's?
Mm.
Like, and the way she said it, I hung up the phone. I was crying. It made me so mad. And I
Yeah.
said, I am never calling her back. By God, I called her the next day because I wanted freedom. I wanted to be
Yeah.
better. You know what I mean? I needed to hear that because being late for everything, blowing people off, I'm notorious for that, so I don't do that now. If I say I'm going to be there, I'm there.
Yeah.
If I say that I'm going to do that, I do it. Like, I think it's really important to, because you can't take my word from me. You can take this house, you can take that car, you can take all this other stuff. But like, if I say I'm going to do something, it is
Yep.
important that I do it because today people rely on me. They depend on me and they can, because I've shown them through my actions, not my words, that I'm reliable and that I will do what I say I'm going to do. And that stuff's important.
Absolutely.
I planned on going to
It is.
Thanksgiving dinner.
It's very
Listen,
important.
I planned on going to Thanksgiving dinner all year long at my sister's house. And I was drinking tough then. And I had such severe anxiety because I had been wrecked
Yeah.
so many times in a car to even get in a car unless I was drinking. I could not drink enough and I blew my all my sisters. I blew that entire thing. My kids and my husband were in the car waiting for me,
Mm,
and I just didn't go. I just didn't go.
yeah.
I could not get in the car.
Oh,
I didn't even go to my own high school graduation. You know what I mean? I drove by it and like now I look back at it and I'm like, man, I fucking robbed my mom of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
shoot.
Yes. But we don't think about that in the moment. We don't
No,
think about that.
as long as I'm good, that's all that
Do not.
matters.
Yes. And now I think about the
Yep.
the harm my actions
It doesn't
cause.
matter the people around you. It never does.
No.
No, no. I'm not thinking about anybody else. I'm only thinking about me. Now, like my life is a lot more peaceful and a lot more full of
Yeah.
love when I put others before me and what
Yeah.
I feel and what I want, you know. When I put other people's needs ahead of my own, it lets God handle my shit. You know, like my stuff is good because God's taking care of my stuff while I'm over here helping one of his kids.
What do you think finally made existing feel heavier than changing?
They took my kids again.
Mm,
CPS came in and they took my kids again, and I did
Mm.
not. I was raised by my grandmother, and I did not want my kids to be raised by my mom. I wanted, like, my mom is the best nana in the world, but my grandmother raised me and my sisters. I did not want my kids raised by my mom. I wanted to be their mother. And like I went all these years and didn't think that I could have kids. And then I had two of them in my 30s. So
yeah.
it's like these are mine. And like CPS, I am and I know that
Yeah.
I'm picking this drug over my family, over my kids, and I cannot stop.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I had asked for drug court because drug court had helped before, and I knew that it would work again,
It's
and
uh
um, and it did.
it's part of the insanity of it. Like I knew the consequences of what was gonna happen, but I didn't give a shit because I couldn't stop. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? I'm not gonna be sick for anybody. Whether
yeah.
you're my daughter or whoever, I can't do it.
Well, it was like survival mode, but for
Yeah.
that drug. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It wasn't for any food or
Yeah.
anything like that. It's like this switch in my head would get flipped, and that's all I could think about. That's it.
So they've broke it down in a
Yep.
bunch of studies and
Always.
your
It's always
your
like that.
yeah, your brain will change itself to where that drug becomes your basic needs of survival. You will
Yeah,
put it above food, you will put it above water, above shelter, whatever it is. That's automatically where your mind goes.
yeah. It
So
was. That's exactly what it was for me.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was for me.
so are you glad you
She
work
said, I
in
love you,
treatment now?
Heather.
I saw. I saw. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I'm so sorry. I'm so glitchy.
It's okay.
I
It's
said, I'm sorry
okay.
that I'm so glitchy.
It's so weird.
I feel terrible.
It's okay.
At what point did you realize surviving wasn't enough anymore?
Um, my kids. You know, the day that I had the day that I went to jail the last time, I've been trying to die, like unalive myself all day. Like
Yeah.
I wanted to die. I did not see, and I
Oh,
couldn't see. Now, when I got sober for a little while, I could went look back and like saw how selfish this was because I was willing to leave my kids in this world without me for the rest of their lives. They would grow up with no mom because I was too tired to fight. And I am not weak, I
Yeah.
am very strong. But in that moment in my life, I was broken and tired. I was tired of fighting this. I was tired of doing this. And I prayed, like, please, God, let me die. I do not want to do this anymore. I cannot stop. I cannot get better. And within 24 hours, I was in jail.
I always had it in my head that my daughter was going to be better off without me.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
thought the
my
same
whole
thing.
family.
Yeah,
You know,
same.
all I do is spread fucking misery and chaos around me. Like I could never see a different life for myself. Like yours was, you're not gonna make it to 25. I wasn't gonna make it to 30. Like I had it dead set in my mind,
Yeah,
and I don't know. It's just crazy how it takes everybody out.
it is, and it's like I can't believe it took me so long to figure out like just one time never was just one time. Like it was always like I had the option. I could stop whenever I want. I just don't want to stop.
Yeah,
No. No. You can't stop. It took me forever to get that through my head because the last relapse that I had, I wanted to stop. I wanted to stop and I couldn't. I was not physically addicted. I was not, there was nothing, there wasn't a bunch of drugs around me. It wasn't nothing like that. I just could not stop. It was it was bad. It was really, really bad. That's when I finally like conceded. Like I really am a drug addict. I really have no control over
yeah.
this. Once I put one in me, I have no power or control.
What uh, what was that moment like for you? Like truly accepting who you are.
It was
Mm.
hard and freeing.
Mm,
Um, like I've never been good at following rules, right?
yeah,
Never been good at following rules. I'm going to bend them, break them,
Me
flex
neither.
them, manipulate them, whatever I can do. And when I went to that
All the
last
above.
treatment facility, yeah, yeah. When I went to that last treatment facility, it was like, I'm not going to break the rules anymore. I wanted to do something different. Like I truly like, all right, I am exactly what they keep telling me I am because everybody knew I was a drug addict before I did. Like everybody knew I had a problem before I did. And so when I went to that treatment facility, I was fully ready. I was fully ready. It was like, um, you know, there are people in the world, like normal people, that never ever think about drinking or doing drugs just because they choose that they don't want to do that. They're perfectly normal. They just don't want to do that. I
yeah,
didn't even know people like that existed.
yeah,
I didn't even know there were people like that.
yeah,
So like when I went to that treatment facility, it was like, okay, I'm completely done. That's not an option anymore. So what am I going to do moving forward? I had accepted the fact that, yep, this is my life. So what am I going to do about it? So like I started following the rules, even the rules that I did not agree with, and I didn't bitch about the ones that I didn't agree with. I kept it because I don't need to. You know what I mean? Like my sponsor was like, "Stop bitching. You're so negative." Because I was negative. If I didn't have dope in me, I am not a happy camper. So
yeah.
like I started finding the good in
I
all
think
the
we're all like that.
situations. I did. Like for real, so negative, restless, irritable, discontent. Like it was
Mm,
for real. So
Yeah.
like finding the good in things, following the rules, doing the right things when nobody is watching. And I didn't even know people did that. Like I want you to see what I just did. You
yeah.
see that there? You know what
Validate
I mean?
me,
Like
motherfucker.
I
yeah.
need a pat on the
yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Like my
Yeah.
sponsor, but listen, I have a sponsor who is absolutely incredible. And she pushed it like we stay right sized. We stay right sized because like I also have an ego problem and I can be like, I am the shit, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
so like I used to tell myself like you ain't shit. You don't deserve shit and you ain't above nobody. You know what I mean? Like don't forget where you came from. And that's why like I I don't think I am I don't think that I am anything. And if I got what I deserved, I would be dead, honestly.
Mm,
That's what I deserve.
Yeah.
But every day that I get to live this life is a miracle and a blessing. So I take it as such. And I don't ever think that I am above or I am anything more than what I am. That's just
Humble.
She get
Very
well.
humble.
I would like to think so sometimes, but I think that might be my ego speaking. So I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
that, you know.
No, you
But
just a motherfucker. I remember I was in transitional, and one of the wisest guys I've ever known, his name's Justin Knable. He helped me in so many ways, but like, so I get this job, right, working at Little Caesars. Like, I'm hyped about myself. You know what I mean? Like, I got a real motherfucking job.
what? What?
And he was like, "Congratulations, man. You're finally a fucking adult doing what you're supposed to do." I'm like,
Ex-
"You motherfucker, dude. You stealing my moment."
Listen, do you know how big of a grown up I was when I consecutively kept insurance on my car for 6 months, not just 1 month, not just 1 month to get the card, but like the whole 6 months. I was like, what?
Hell
I
yeah.
thought that was like, oh my God. I thought that was something, but like for real, I thought that I needed a pat on the back for doing what normal people do all the time. And my sponsor was like, what? What? Girl, this is what normal people do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, come on. Now she
Welcome
did.
to adulthood.
She listen, but she'll hype me up. She'll hype me up because like she says like no, this is not what we are supposed to be doing. This we are supposed to be dead or in the
Yeah.
gutter, you know what I mean? So like it is a big deal. So I try to celebrate. I am real big on like if I get something new or I get something, I will not post it on Facebook. I don't, you know what I mean? Because like, I don't want to do all that. But now let somebody else get something. And I'm like, you need to share that. You need to, people need to celebrate that with you. But I am so big on like, I'm not doing that. I'm not posting that. When I got my new car, it was the first time I had ever had like a loan. A bank actually loaned me money to get a car. It was such a big deal. I wouldn't post it on Facebook. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't the only person
Yeah.
that knew about it was my sponsor.
Mhm.
Like my sponsees, my sponsees were even like they saw me pull into a meeting and was like, "You got a new car?" And this is weeks after I got it. You know, like because
Yeah.
I just because like I don't know. It's different. Like there's certain things that I am not bragging. I am not, but like the celebration there was that a bank trusted me enough to loan me money to get a car. And
Yeah.
I have never been late on a payment.
Yeah.
Like that that is a huge that's huge. I used to not pay stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now I pay my bills. That's a
I
big deal.
People always spell my last name wrong. So like they would send me a bill and they would only put LY and I'm like, that's not even me, you know what I mean? That person don't exist. I ain't paying that fucking bill.
Yeah. That's not me. What do you mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy they like gold plated problems now, right? I mean
Oh my
obviously
gosh. Like I
life
don't
still gets
even
real, but
well it's like these are not things that I ever did. Paying bills on time, making sure I keep insurance, like having a driver's license with my actual address on there and the driver's license is valid. Like
yeah,
that's not normal for me. Like that's a
yeah,
big deal. But I usually like those kind of things. I will talk to like my
Yeah.
my circle. You know what I mean? Like I'll
yeah.
talk to them about it because like we celebrate each other like that. You know what I mean? Because other people will probably be like, a normal person will be like, I've been doing that shit for 20 years. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
I
Like I've
remember
only been doing it for 5. I didn't know.
the first time I ever actually got to renew my driver's license. Like that was the first time I ever did it ever since I got it when I was 16. You know what I mean? That was a huge fucking deal for me.
It was. It is.
Like I ain't gotta pay nothing to get them back. Child support didn't take my shit. Nothing. Like
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. These things are a big deal because like we've never really done them before, like I know I
Yeah.
didn't. And then like one of the biggest blessings for me is I see a lot of women that go through different things with their children because of, things my kids don't even remember. Me and my husband like that. Because like I got sober, my husband got sober right behind me. So we're like six months apart. You know what I mean? But like five, sorry, he just yelled from the bedroom, five,
Yeah, he's like,
five.
get that shit right.
I'm like, a lot of spiritual growth happens in those 5 months, just saying. but but our kids don't ever remember us like that, or not being happy together. You know, they've always, like, one time my daughter said to me, it was like the only thing that she's ever remembered. She said, I got her up to use the bathroom, and she was like 4 or 5, you know, and I got her up to use the bathroom, and she's like, and she was falling asleep on the toilet, and she said, "Mommy, you used to do this." And I said, "What's that, baby?" And she said, "Fall asleep while sitting on the
Mm.
toilet." Because I did that a lot. And I said, "Yeah, baby, I know, but mommy doesn't do that anymore."
Oh,
And she's like, "I know, you know, like our kids is our kids are, they learn to pray in meetings, you know, like they learn to pray on their
yeah.
knees by watching me, you know what I mean, like stuff
Yeah.
like that. And they've got so many aunts and uncles that spoil the crap out of them, and they could be little turd muffins to me, and then everybody else is like, "Oh, they're so good, they're
Yeah,
so
best kids
good."
ever. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's like that with every parent. Yeah.
yeah.
Is she froze?
Oh,
Oh, nope, she's good.
you've had just a
I
little
don't
bit
know.
of a
Can you guys
delay
hear
here and
me?
there, huh?
I know. And I'm like, man, I was just telling Stacy, like, I feel, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm freezing, I'm lagging, I can't even say.
It's fine. It's totally
I'm
fine.
sorry.
It's totally fine.
Your story's beautiful though, and I appreciate you coming and sharing it.
Of course. I never say anything. I never say no to anything that I'm asked to do for recovery, or, you know, to share my story in any kind of, you know, aspect, because it's important to that people know, like,
Yeah.
I don't even think about drinking or drugging now. That's not even a part of my life. I have no desire for that, and I stay connected, so I never want to again.
I think
Mm.
that's one of the most beautiful things about recovery, though, right? Like
Yeah.
during our
Yep.
addiction and the absolute misery and hopelessness and worthlessness we felt, like now we get to share that with other people, and we get to spread hope that
Yeah.
change is possible, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I don't know, like when I was in addiction, it was, I couldn't go hours, you know, definitely not days unless I'm locked up. And
Yeah,
then now it's like, it's been years,
yeah,
and it's been like a few years that I've even thought about it. And if I do think about it, it's a fleeting thought, like, where the hell did that come from? You know what I mean?
yeah,
It is never a plan. It's never something that I'm definitely going to do, or I need to find this. I mean, honestly, the way that I live my life today, they would probably think I was the police if I started trying to get dope at this point.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
legit. Because I'm not quiet about being in recovery, and like the things that I
Yeah.
do in my day to day, they would be like, is this a trick?
Yeah.
So it's good. It's good. This life is
Yeah.
too good.
Babe, you got anything?
I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry.
It's totally fine.
I'm gonna have to ask you to come back for a second time, just so that way I can join the conversation.
You just let me know anytime. I'd be more than happy to.
Well, Matt, ask her what she would do for this, the message she would give the still suffering addict.
Do not give up. Don't stop. Like, this life is worth fighting for.
Mm.
Um, and like, it always, if it was easy, everyone would do it. So there's hard parts in the very beginning, but it gets easier. You just got to push through that hard part, and it will get better. Like, I'm living proof. We are miracles.
Mm,
Yes.
that we are.
Yes. Oh, that was beautiful.
Uh, so
That
the
was
reason,
beautiful. I'm gonna put that on a shirt.
yeah.
Okay.
What, what's your favorite color?
uh Purple.
Purple.
Purple or black. For a shirt,
Okay.
black. I
That's
like
it.
black.
You can't go wrong.
You
Matches
can't go
everything.
wrong.
Black
Yes.
and white. That's my shit.
Yeah. Well, white.
Yeah,
White doesn't
same,
like me.
same.
Coffee likes white.
Uh,
Pop likes white. Like,
Yeah,
but black is pretty good.
well,
we
we
got you.
appreciate you.
Yes, no problem at all.
Yeah,
We do.
we're definitely gonna have to get you
And
back.
you keep giving back to the people that you help every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's my purpose. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm supposed to do, is help God's kids while I'm here on this earth.
Hmm.
And be good at it. You sound like, you know what I mean? You sound like you'd be great at it. That you are great at it. So
Well,
just keep doing what you're doing. And I
I
really
don't know
appreciate
about
you.
any of that great at it stuff. But I know game peep game. So like, it's easier for me to talk to one of us
Yep.
than it is anybody. You know what I mean? Because like, we
Yep.
talk in a different way. It's like, in the book it says the language of the heart, and like, we connect on a different level because we're from the same thing. You know what I mean? And we made it out the other side. So like, it's a miracle.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
You have way more people than
You
you
did it.
even know about.
Oh, that's my best friend and my sponsor. She's both. She's my best friend.
Awesome.
Aw. It's nice to always have people in your back, having your corner.
I have not been alone at
Your
all.
dog down here, our dog.
Listen,
Uh,
my dog is losing his mind in there because he's not used to being in his kennel, and he's in his kennel right now, so he's not wallering me to death, and he does not like it very much.
yeah, so she works from home now, so none of them are used to getting locked up.
Yeah, they
So
get loved on all day long.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then when they do, they just cry. But like we used to try to leave them out when we first started doing this, and you know what I mean? Like they'll lay around all day, but as soon as we get on camera, like they're off the chain. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like kids. They want your attention. They
They're
want
like,
your
Yeah.
attention. Yes.
yeah. Oh man. I will get in touch with you, Heather, see if we can't set up another date for you to come back and tell your story again, or just come back and chat with us. Maybe come on another episode that we are going to be having here soon for Rolling Real Fridays, and maybe hit chit chat with us when I'm not lagging.
Okay, no problem. You just let me know, and I'm down for whatever.
Yeah, we're done with this frontier shit.
It's so delayed. I feel like it's getting you guys like 2 minutes after I say it.
I can hear myself after.
Oh man.
Ah,
See, see. It's totally fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah. Uh, our podcast is raw and
ah,
real. You know what I mean? This
great.
is the word.
It's okay. It's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect. Wi-Fi and internet is so like iffy sometimes. It is what it is. Okay. Okay.
Are we gonna close it out?
I can't.
Yes. Just let me know when and I will come back anytime you want me to.
We
I
appreciate you.
appreciate you. I am so sorry. Thank you for sharing your story. And everybody that is watching, thank you guys for your support. And I am so sorry. I do not know what is happening with my internet.
Listen, it's okay. Everything
Just
happens for a
saying.
reason. It's okay.
I truly believe that
I mean,
too.
I think everybody got to hear your story and it was beautiful. I got to hear it. So, I do appreciate you coming on and telling it. Thank you.
You are so very welcome. Anytime. Anytime.
Who we got next? Wrong Real Friday? Are we on Friday?
We have Michelle Gilmore.
Oh, we're not doing Friday?
We got Michelle Gilmore on
Saturday.
what?
Special episode Saturday with Michelle Gilmore.
Yeah. We have Michelle on this Saturday, and then we're probably coming on live for Raw and Real Fridays with Jay. Just to chit chat, and we'll bring people on stage if people want to come on stage with us. I think that maybe you need to open that door up there because you got that Wi-Fi extender up there. I think once you shut the door, everything changed.
I'm not in Dom's room though.
I mean, what? Huh? What'd you say?
We'll talk about it.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm not really sure, but hey, we'll see everybody this Friday, and then we'll see everybody Saturday for Michelle Gilmore's episode. And once again, I apologize, everybody, for the lagging. Matt, you did a great job. Great job all by yourself.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome. Am I
Getting a
still
little
lagging
better.
really bad?
You have your moments, yeah. Well, all right, everybody. We appreciate you. Join us on Friday for Raw and Real with Jay. What time? 7?
Yeah.
Ooh, is it that delayed? I think they know we're about to switch. They're
We'll see
sabotaging.
everybody this Friday and Saturday. Bye.
Okay, bye.